Usually when we talk about search engine rankings, there's this expectation of, well, brute force, like gravity almost.
Yeah, totally.
Like the bigger the company, the more massive their digital footprint is, the harder they pull you into their orbit. You'd think a massive national chain with millions in marketing would automatically squash a local boutique.
Right. I mean, that's the assumption anyway. We tend to just think those giant legacy domains have a permanent monopoly on page one.
But then you look at the search data for formal wear in Richmond, Kentucky, and that gravity just completely stops working. There's this local spot called Vero's Boutique, and they are somehow dominating massive chains like JCPenney.
It's honestly incredible to see in the data.
It really is. So welcome to today's deep dive. Our mission is to uncover exactly how a single new local dress shop captures the top search spots over a retail giant.
And since JCPenney has millions in domain authority, Vero's obviously couldn't just outspend them, right? To win, they had to completely restructure how a website physically talks to a search engine algorithm.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because I like to think of it like this. If national chains are like chaotic digital mega malls where Google's crawlers just get completely lost in endless racks of mixed inventory, Vero's Boutique is built more like a bespoke museum.
Oh, I like that.
Right, like the algorithm can walk down one perfectly curated hallway for Bridal without ever getting confused by, say, Quinceañera inventory in the next wing.
Yes, exactly. And it's not just about aesthetics, it's about how that crawler establishes topical authority. In SEO terms, we call this topical siloing.
Okay, topical siloing.
Right. So Vero's doesn't just list dresses. They build out these dedicated, hyper-focused pillars for bridal, quinceañera, formal wear, event planning, and even floral artistry.
Wow, so they are going deep.
Very deep. They aren't just presenting an e-commerce grid. They're signaling to the algorithm that they are the definitive specialized database for all these events.
Which makes sense because legacy local spots, like Olive You Boutique, they cast a really wide net. They target women of all ages.
Yeah, and the national brands like JCPenney just rely on highly generic, template-driven category pages. What's fascinating here is how Vero's exploits that exact local gap.
What do you mean by local gap?
Well, instead of fighting JCPenney for a really broad competitive word like dress, they niche down into long-tail, trend-specific keywords. I mean, we were seeing them rank for terms like quinceañera dresses, Richmond KY,
right,
or 3D florals. They're even predicting future trends, ranking for butter yellow gowns for 2026.
Ah, I see. Because by the time someone is searching for a 2026 butter yellow gown, they aren't just window shopping, like they have their credit card out.
Precisely.
Vero's is catching them at the very end of their search journey, while JCPenney is still fighting for the word dress at the top of the funnel.
Exactly. They are capturing the exact intent-driven language of the buyer. And a national chain simply can't scale that level of granular localization.
Well, here's where it gets really interesting, because getting the click is one thing, but keeping that top ranking is another. And I have to push back a little on their strategy here.
Okay, go for it.
The source material highlights that Vero's offers a 90-minute private styling session, which is a great real-world perk, obviously. But how does an offline VIP fitting actually translate into computer code that Google cares about?
That is the brilliant part. It works by turning a service into an SEO metric. Google's algorithm right now is heavily prioritizing EET.
Right. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Exactly. The algorithm is looking for undeniable proof of real-world human expertise. So Vero's takes that offline 90-minute session and turns it into a compelling story online. They detail the entire VIP process and even run localized campaigns, like their Make It a Richmond Day campaign.
Oh, wow. So they aren't just throwing up an add to cart button.
No, not at all.
They're mapping out an entire physical experience on the page.
Which mechanically impacts a major metric called dwell time. When a shopper lands on that page, they read the itinerary, they look at the styling details, they start imagining their day out.
They just hang out on the website.
Yeah. They stay on the site significantly longer than they would bouncing around a generic department store grid. And to the algorithm, that extended time on the page is a massive green flag. It signals high quality and absolute relevance.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Why should you care about a formal wear shop in Kentucky? Well, whether you're building a brand, prepping for a marketing meeting, or just trying to stand out, the lesson here is that specialization and deep local relevance will beat generic, high-volume authority almost every single time.
It really changes the whole calculus for small businesses. Yeah. You don't necessarily need the biggest budget if you build the most focused, experiential architecture.
Which leaves us with a pretty provocative thought to walk away with. We started by talking about the unstoppable gravity of retail giants. But as algorithms get smarter and increasingly prioritize these personalized, high-expertise hidden gems over massive retail domains, is the internet subtly reversing the Walmart effect?
That is a wild thought.
Right. Could the future of e-commerce actually belong exclusively to the hyper-local specialist? Definitely something to think about.